Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it is Friday, September 13th. I don't know why I can never get the date right. Friday, September 13th, Friday the 13th. Hope you guys are having a good week, a good end to your week, a good weekend. Whenever you're watching this video, I hope you're having a good day. I am going to go ahead and do my weekly budget check-in with you guys. I'm using my Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner, and I'm just going to open it up here to my monthly overview. I'm going to be right back with you guys. My angle of my camera looks really weird in the viewfinder, so hold on just a second. Let me fix that. Okay, I think that's a little better. It just looked like it was really like angled up high for some reason. Okay, anyways, I'm right now in my weekly view. So I use this planner just for budgeting. And what I do is at the beginning of the month, I come in here and I mark down all of my bills that are due with the dates that they're due and the amount that is due on them. I also come in here and mark any of my paydays, as well as what days I fill envelopes, what days I budget my money, and then the last thing I do in this section is I track my expenses. So these little cards here, which are my expense tracker stickers, they look just like this. I sell all of these stickers in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description below. And then I also use this as a legend or a key. I was going to say those two together, and that's what it came up with. So this is my legend. So that is how I use this. And with my expense tracker, I do purple is spending, yellow is gas, pink or the red is groceries, and then anytime I use anything out of my sinking funds, I use green, and then unbudgeted is orange and other is blue. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to bypass my monthly budget, and I'm going to use these two pages here. So this is my weekly check-in. These are where I write down my transactions. And I had a person ask why I do the same exact thing twice. This is just the way that I like to do it. I like to be organized. I like to visually see here what I'm spending with the color coordination of my expense trackers. And then I like to list all of my transactions in one page so they're here conveniently. And then I like to total them over here so I know, every week what I'm spending. So that's just the way I like to do it. You don't have to do it that way. This is just my preferred way to track my expenses every week. So I'm going to get started here, and I also color coordinate my transactions to this key right here. So if you're wondering why their colors are different, that's why. Okay, so we will go ahead and get started. So the first expense I had, and now when I'm doing this, I'm basically tracking Saturday to Friday. So the reason I do that is because I get paid every Friday. So every Friday I come in here and do my budgets. So this day was on last week's budget. So I'm doing Saturday through Friday of this week for this week's budget. So my first expense, as you can see right here, is the pink one, which we look on our key, is groceries, and it was to Hy-Vee, and I spent $84. Now, if you see, I only get $80 a week for groceries, so my total was $84. So as you can see, I was $4 over. So what I did, actually, let me write this down and then I'll tell you what I do. So that was on the 9th, so 9/9. We spent $84, and the category was groceries, And then description, I just usually put the store, and that was Hy-Vee. So what I did is I knew that, so I take out $40 a week for gas, but lately my car, it usually only takes about $35 or so. So I knew I would have a little bit extra in my gas envelope. So even though I had not filled up with gas yet on Monday, and I still had my gas envelope full, I just took the $4 out of there, leaving me with $36 for gas, which now I'm going to move to that and I'll tell you what happened there, which was pretty exciting. So with gas, I only had one gas fill up. I usually only have to fill up gas one time a week. One time usually gets me by the whole week. So with gas, it was $26. And so the reason it was so low was because I live in the Midwest and we have Casey's for gas stations and we have Hy-Vee for grocery stores, or those are the two of the options. And the Hy-Vee has a fuel saver program with Casey's, so they partnered up with Casey's. And so what they do is every week they run an ad and they show you what items at the grocery store you can purchase and get X amount of cents off of your fuel saver off per gallon. So like every Monday they have 4 cents off of 2-gallon milk. So anyways, it adds up all of your fuel savers throughout the course of whenever you used it last on a little card, like a debit card. And then when you go to pay gas or pay for your gas at Casey's, it takes off however much cents you have on there. So I had a lot, evidently, because my gas total was like $37 or something, and it brought it down to $26. So that was pretty exciting. So I actually had quite a bit of money left over in my gas envelope, even after borrowing $4 for groceries. So that was pretty exciting in my book. Doesn't take a lot to get me excited. Okay. Then the next and the last one that we have here is actually Pizza Hut. So it was my mom's birthday. So we went out for supper and I paid. I did this in the wrong color. Okay. That's okay. Alright, so I'm just going to go back through with this purple. I'm going to white that out and fix it later because that's going to drive me crazy. So this was just yesterday, which was the 12th, so 9/12. So it was $36, right? Yes, $36. And category was spending. And it was at Pizza Hut. Alright, so that is all of my expenses for this week. So I didn't have anything unbudgeted, I did not take anything out of my sinking funds, and I did not have any other categories. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically total these up and transfer them over here to my weekly check-in. So again, this is just how I like to do it. You do not have to do it this way. You can do it this way. It is completely up to you. Okay, so I'm going to start with spending, and obviously I only had the one, which was $36. So, and I get $60 a week in my spending envelope. So we're going to do the 36 minus the 60, which leaves us $24. I hate writing on these coils. Okay, next we will do gas. And gas was 26, and I normally get 40. Okay, I had to fix that. So what was remaining from gas was 14 after taking the 26. And then we had groceries, which we spent $84. So what was remaining was negative $4. So that is where the $14 or $4 there came into play. So that worked out really well to have the extra for my fuel saver. So that's it for the weekly check-in portion, showing me what all I spent for my expenses, what I have left, and then marking down all of my transactions. Now the last thing that I like to do here is come back to my budget overview for the month, and then I go through and pay my bills now. So every Friday I get paid, and I should go into details on that. Every Friday I get paid for my full-time job. So these ones here. I do get paid from Etsy, which is normally on Mondays, and then I get paid around the 10th for a part-time bookkeeping job that I have for a local company. I just do it from home. It's super part-time. And then when I get a YouTube check, that usually comes in right around the 22nd to the 23rd, which I will not get a YouTube check for September, but I will get one for October. Actually, I'll get paid in October for September. They're always a month behind. So I like to do my budget on Fridays when I get paid for my full-time job, because that is what I budget out of. So what I do here is, so car insurance, we did pay that last week. So I'm going to go through. So this one here is my Apple. So that is going to be $27. We're just going to put a little mark by that. This one here is Kohl's. So we'll just put a little check mark by that one. And then the other one right here, it's not actually a credit card, it is a loan. So that one is $305, so we'll go through and we will pay that one. And then next Friday, on the 20th, I will come back in here, and actually, aside from my car payment at the end of the month, the majority of my bills are towards the beginning of the month. So this next week, on the 20th, I'll have a pretty easy week with no bills to pay. So that's always nice, but since I take mine out weekly, so every week I'm taking the same amount of money out for my bills, it really doesn't matter for me because I'm doing it every week regardless. So other people it does matter, me it does not. So that is all I have for you guys today. Again, if you liked any of the stickers that you guys have seen here, I do have them all in my Etsy shop, which is listed in the description below. And I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you have a good weekend, a good week, a good day, a good night, whatever. I hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye!